Section 1 of The National Geographic Magazine, Volume 9, January 1898. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit librivox.org. Recording by Hawaii in March 2020. 3 weeks in Hubbard Bay, West Greenland. By Robert Stein, United States Geological Survey. In 1893, I published a plan of Arctic exploration from a base near Jones Sound, proposing first to trace the west coast of Ellesmere Land and afterward to explore the triangle between Ellesmere and Grinnell Lands on the east and the Parry Islands on the south. That field was declared by General Greely to be the one in all the Arctic that promises the largest results with the least amount of labor and danger. Lieutenant Julius from Paya declared that the spot selected for the base was the most suitable and the plan thus far the best imaginable. Numerous weighty authorities concurred in this opinion, especially Lieutenant Peary, who called the plan one of the safest, most promising, and cheapest, avoiding hurry and permitting the utilization of experience. As now planned, the expedition would cost $5,000. Failing to secure the requisite funds, I decided, by Lieutenant Peary's advice, to undertake a preliminary trip to Greenland in order to gain the experience in Arctic exploration which in his opinion would be of most essential service in securing financial support. Through the kind assistance of the late Honorable Gardiner G. Hubbard, President of the National Geographic Society, as well as of Major J. W. Powell, Director of the Bureau of American Ethnology, Professor S. P. Langley, Secretary of the Smithsonian Institution, and Mr. C. D. Walcott, Director of the U.S. Geological Survey and of the National Museum, I was enabled to take advantage of Lieutenant Peary's invitation to accompany him on his 7th Greenland voyage in the summer of 1897 to spend 3 weeks in exploration in an interesting field. Lieutenant Ryder, of the Danish Navy, explored in 1887 the bay north of Wilcox Head, which I have called Hubbard Bay, and there found numerous Eskimo remains. The present Eskimo of Upernivik and Kasiusak never, until the spring of 1897, extended their hunting trips beyond the great rookery of Cape Shackleton, while the Cape York tribe, according to Lieutenant Peary, never go farther south than Melville Monument. This leaves a gap of 140 miles. Inspector Olsen at Upernivik, to whom I am much indebted for valuable assistance, told me that the Eskimos of that colony had a tradition that their ancestors used to go hunting near Wilcox Head, but ceased to do so about 200 years ago, so far as he can estimate. How much farther north they had gone he could not tell. Thus the remains found by Ryder were of unusual interest, as representing a stage when the race was unaffected by civilization, except, perhaps, that of the early Norsemen. To collect such remains was my main object. As Lieutenant Ryder sent a collection to the Ethnographic Museum at Copenhagen, I feared that nothing of note would be left at the sites he had touched, and therefore asked Mr. Peary to land me at Cape Malm, the north end of Hubbard Bay. With 3 Eskimos from Upernivik, I was landed on August 10th on a headland supposed to be Cape Malm, the dense fog preventing accurate orientation. From the top I perceived next morning that I was on the island next south, which I have called Hoyt Island, separated from Cape Malm by a channel 5 miles wide, filled with icebergs. As soon as the fog had lifted, I prepared to row over to Cape Malm, but when we reached the west end of Hoyt Island and saw before us the wild chaos of rapidly moving icebergs, the Eskimos, thoroughly frightened, refused to row farther, even for triple pay. Lieutenant Peary had urged me to listen to the Eskimos' advice in regard to ice and wind, and I recognized that under no circumstances
Sample complete. Ready to continue?